champions with these ladies here?
It's a great feeling. I just hope they don't replace me next year because I know they're going to be even faster next year. I can feel it.
Talk to me about the chemistry that you ladies have. It seems like you're a very well-knit group. Just talk to me about the chemistry here.
We are. We're like a family. Like, we just work so well together, and like we can read each other's minds. Basically, we knew what to do in that.
Well, ladies, congratulations. Gentlemen, back to you.
Time now for the men's college 4x8 championship of America. You can see the men underway with Michigan quickly out to the front. This event presented by On Athletics and presented in memory of Ken Todd. The collegiate record here set all the way back in 1984. We'll be keeping a side eye on that if they decide to run. 7:08.96 set by Arizona State back in 84. 1985 was when the Penn Relays record came, and that was set by Penn State, 7:11.17. Our competitors here, Ole Miss, Iowa State, Washington, trying to come back from that loss in the 4x mile. Penn State, Oklahoma State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Princeton, Virginia, Villanova, NC State, UPenn, Michigan, and Maryland.
Well, I can tell you, if you're the Penn State men and you just watched your women's team dominate the women's 4x8, you want to do the same. But right now, Penn State going right to the front. That is what we would have expected from them. Followed very closely by Oklahoma State and Iowa State. Great middle distance program at Iowa State. Matt Lang was an assistant coach over there for a few years, did a great job with their mid-distance program before going to Furman, but it is Penn State up front. They will hand off first. Iowa State and Oklahoma State close behind.
Iowa State settling into second. They've had a string of pretty darn good 800-meter runners. We saw one of them in that 15, Festus Lagat, who ended up running sub 145. Iowa State sits in second now. Penn State handed off first, 148 and change for both of those legs.
We've seen so many great middle distance runners run for Penn State over the years, and they are continuing to add to the roster here as they are leading this race. Iowa State in second, Oklahoma State in third. Notice the difference between the mid-distance guys and the milers. The milers kind of sat around, waited for everybody else to get back in the mix. The mid-distance guys are getting after it. The first leg for Penn State opening up the door for them. 148.6 was that first leg, and second leg continue to keep it rolling. Iowa State right on them. Oklahoma State, your three sub 150 teams on that first leg, not letting off the gas and not letting the other teams back in the mix. Racing hard. I'd love to see it.
Ole Miss was last year's champion, and we saw Mario Garcia-Romo, who anchored that team a year ago for the Rebels. We saw him in the 1,500 meters. Ole Miss won in 2022. Georgetown took the title in 2019. Mississippi State back in 2018. So a number of teams have been in the mix over the last few years. Villanova here has 20 victories, again dominant over the history of the Penn Relays. Georgetown second all-time with 11.
On paper, Penn State's PBs add up to a 7:09, but that is why you run the race. But Penn State has shown that they can hang with the pressure here. 8-time winner at this event. Iowa State starting to move. 7:10 on paper, but they are in first place, and they will hand off the baton in first for leg 3. Penn State close behind. Ole Miss has also done very well to get back into the mix here. They are now in third in front of Oklahoma State. That was a 147 leg, the fastest leg we've seen so far today by Ole Miss to move up 2 places into third, trying to lurk back onto Penn State and Iowa State and get back in the mix.
I like Iowa State out in front here. Real confident move from the Cyclones as they know they've got the depth. Ole Miss, though, sitting in third. They're the returning champions with Penn State in between. They'd love to add to their tally as well. Like you said, after seeing the women take their title, the Championship of America, they'd love to hoist a wheel of their own. But not if Iowa State and Ole Miss have something to say for it. A number of teams still in it. Look at Texas A&M in the mix along with Oklahoma State.
Well, we are used to seeing Wesley Kiptoo up front with the gloves for Iowa State, so no stranger to see an Iowa State uniform up front. But Penn State right behind in second. Ole Miss has had a great mid-distance legacy over the years. They are now into third. Oklahoma State starting to close the gap a little bit in fourth. But Texas A&M isn't out of this either. They've had some fantastic middle distance runners as well. But Iowa State continues to lead. Penn State in second. Ole Miss in third. Oklahoma State starting to latch on there in fourth. And we're seeing a really good move by Indiana to get into fifth.
Ezekiel Ropp up front for Iowa State, coming off a personal best in the 1,500 meters at the Brian Clay meet. Penn State and Ole Miss trying to break away as this trio will come in to the handoff. Look at that strong finish from Iowa State's Ropp to handoff first.
Iowa State gets the baton first. The pressure is on. That was a 1:47.9 leg by Iowa State's third leg. Penn State and Ole Miss right behind. Ole Miss is leg a 1:46.7. They have been slowly trending upwards in this race. They were not in the mix in that first leg, but have slowly worked it way up. I think this is a three-team race right now. Iowa State, Penn State, Ole Miss, all battling it out here with about 600 meters to go.
Those three are pulling away from the field, as you said, 20 meters or so back to the rest of the field. And if it was a slow tactical race, you might think they have a shot of striking to that front pack, but I think those three are going to continue to run. That's Gomez on the carry for Iowa State.
Texas A&M has also moved really well in the last couple legs, but I think that might be too much ground to make up. Jason Gomez, a 1:46.3 athlete for Iowa State, looking in third. A big move here by Ole Miss. Rocking the mullet in second. Ole Miss, not always known for their style, but known for their speed. Getting up on Penn State. Penn State is still your leader. I really like where Ole Miss is here. Drafting off the Penn State athlete. Iowa State losing just a step, but look at the Aggies. Look at the Aggies in fourth place, now into third. The Aggies starting to move here. 200 meters to go. What can the Aggies do? Can Penn State hold them off? Can Ole Miss hold them off? The Aggies getting ready to roll here, and there's the move by Ole Miss. Ole Miss starting to run. Penn State responds. Can he hold the inside? No. It's going to be Ole Miss around the outside. Ole Miss will lead the charge into the final straightaway. The crowd is getting into it. Ole Miss putting Penn State in the rearview mirror. Ole Miss, the Land Sharks, hotty toddy, putting Penn State in the rearview mirror. It's going to be Ole Miss
and it's
that
quick.
takes the win up the 4x8.
And it is quick, very quick, 7:12.37, just a second or so off of that Penn Relays record. But look at Penn State in second, 7:12.96, and Ole Miss goes back to thrilling back as the Runnin' Rebels take the victory here. Look at that quartet, and you see the flowing locks of the Ole Miss Rebels anchor. What an incredible move and a confident one. We saw those top three pulling away from the rest of the field. We thought we might have a charge from Texas A&M. They went a little early, but Penn State tried to respond to Ole Miss, but nobody had the gas in the tank. But the Runnin' Rebels did in the final meters of this college men's 4x800 Championship of America, presented by On, and in memory of Ken Todd. That would be a great one.
And Ole Miss, you can see the race to develop. They worked their way through the field, back of the pack. Iowa State was your early leader. They were doing battle with Penn State. But Ole Miss continued to charge, getting better and better throughout the race. And in that last 150 meters, it was nothing but gas. Ole Miss to the win and a new school record. And we will talk to those new school record holders down on the field.
New school record holders here, Ole Miss. Amazing time here today. Just talk to me. You literally had our announcers like screaming in my ear for this race. What was kind of going through your mind that last lap?
I was in a pretty good spot. Shane ran an incredible leg. Tiernan hit it off perfectly. Both the guys in front of me, I knew were unreal, but they had to do all the work. So I just looked at the back of his jersey, let the crowd take me the rest of the way, and 200 to go. I heard my coach yell. I was like, it's time to go.
What we want to say is this guy's the man. He's the man. That's what he wants to say. That's what we're going to say. He's the man. Finish it out.
All that excitement.
Now talk to me about Cade Flack, because I know he's new to this team, but had an exceptional high school career. What does it mean to have him on this squad?
Oh, it's awesome, especially, guys like that don't come often. You see a type of mindset. So for a freshman, I know where I was as a freshman. He came in. He was like, I want to be the best ever. And you see a lot of that, but that's how he really is. It's been great to have him as a training partner. These guys are great. It's crazy because I've tried to help him as much as I can, but he's helped me a lot. Just seeing that from a younger guy, it's great, and I hope he's going to be the future of the program. So
amazing. Congratulations, gentlemen. Gentlemen, back to you.
Shane Bracken, Tiernan Kraken, the high school standout now at Ole Miss, Cade Platt, and Baylor Franklin. Get it done. They set the school record last year here at Penn Relays, but do a little bit better today, setting a new school record for Ole Miss and taking the win. What a great race by Ole Miss to cap off our 4x800 action here at the college level.
And the hits just keep on coming. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We will move now to the Olympic Development Women's